Ooh, yes, I rather like that. Ooh, yes, a dream escape. Oh, in my dreams. Never mind. The one thing that I've been told never to do is to sing. My daughter says, you go like, and my my business partner says, just don't open your mouth when it comes to singing. They're both right, of course, but nonetheless, with the joys of spring and the joys of summer, and it's going to be one hot day. So that means I'm going to have to drink copious quantities of something. Oh, dear. I can sit outside with my crabbies. I love that crabbies. Never aware of it before. It's ginger beer, but with alcohol in it. So I have to be a bit careful, but you get a very big bottle of it, and all in all, it's a very pleasant drink. And I don't know that anybody else makes it other than the people called crabbies, so I just call it a crabby. Now, while that was playing, and I thought it was rather pleasant, rather nice, I managed to find the lady who responded to my little comment on Lewis and in Delaware, from Lewis in the UK, and her name is Michelle A. Now, I'm not sure about the rest of it. Schaiavoni. I would say Schiavoni. It might be Schiavoni, or it might be Schiavoni, but let's stick with Schiavoni. So, Michelle, let us, as she says, reach out, using this wonderful American-type language that we now have, reach out. But let's say it's very nice to see you. If I may say so, your picture shows you to be a very beautiful lady, and don't worry, I'm not chatting you up, I'm far too old for that. She actually has pointed out that Delaware is the state for startups. Everybody heads to Delaware because the national government, or the provincial government rather, state government, has making doing business very easy in Delaware. Some people say too easy, and that there are a few dodgy things that go on. But let's be generous and say that that's not the case. But Lewis in Delaware has won a national award for encouraging startups and really getting to grips with it. Perhaps there's a lesson to be learned here, is perhaps that's what we should do, is encourage startups in Lewis. Let's become the centre of something anyway. Let's become the centre of something. It is quite incredible that we relied on Bonfire for so long, and now suddenly we can't do it. And Bonfire is terrific, but it is something that is controversial. Some say they want it, and say they don't. It tends to be a bit of a secret society. If you don't belong to a Bonfire society, you don't belong to anything in those. But when we're talking about prosperity, perhaps we should think of trying to make Lewis something special. I know I've got my own ideas, but nobody would ever want to talk to me. They don't do that here. They don't ask for ideas. They don't have forums of that sort. That's an idea. Perhaps what I'll do is I'll suggest an open forum. And what should we do about to get kickstart the Lewis economy? Thank you, Michelle. Very nice. And if you should listen to this, I see that you to do with Syracuse University in Wilmington, Delaware. And Syracuse University is one of the better ones, as I recall, in the United States from my time living in Canada. So there we are. We do actually touch base occasionally with people overseas, and maybe we should touch base even more. A little bit of lateral thinking, I think. A little bit more daring do, rather than just sitting back and moaning that the high street is dying. Well, I don't know. There have got to be 1,000 ideas to resuscitate the high street, rather than whinging at the local magazine for having being a bit critical. There we are. We don't want to get into that this morning, do we? No, it's a wonderful, wonderful time. It is hot. It is hot. And let's. It's Friday. Oh, it is Friday. I checked. Since it was Friday yesterday, it is now Friday again today. And I am sorry if I got some people out of bed and off they raced. Not many, because we still haven't got that many viewers, but it's coming. It's coming. A bit more here and a bit more there. And let us know what you're thinking. You could actually, I don't know how you do it, but you can tap into a message. And the message at the moment on my screen says, "Feels lonely in here, be the first to send a message." So if anybody is listening and knows how to send a message to Rouser Radio on Spreaker, please do. I'd love to hear from you. But in the meantime, let's do a little jig. Hey, yes indeed, jiggy. That's from Nat Keefe, and I liked it because, first of all, St Anne's real, and we have a St Anne's church here that is a very healthy church, and it has a good congregation, and it's a very pretty and a very ancient church, but also Nat Keel and the hot buttered rum. Now, I do remember having hot buttered rum in the past. Haven't had one for a while. Haven't had a drink of rum, come to think of it. It might be an idea that perhaps I might just experiment over the next few days. Anyway, Here we go. The good old cough button. I remember from my very early days in radio. When did I start? 63. Whoa, that's giving my age away, isn't it? I started in this business in 1963, would you believe? Wow, that's a long time ago. And on the Facebook bits and social media this morning, there was a little bit from Jim Bolden, who said, I came to Britain in 1990 for a 2-year stint for Reuters, and well, I think it was PBS actually in those days. And he said, I'm still here. And that happens to me all the time. I went to Canada for 2 years and stayed for 15. I went to Northern Ireland for 2 months and stayed for 15 years. I mean, it's amazing that you somehow time slips by and you get involved and you're asked because you've got to know people to do things, and there you go. So well done, Jim Bolden, and delighted to hear from you. He's a stalwart of CNN, so not a favourite of President Trump's, I'm sure, but nonetheless, a very good journalist, a very lovely chap. And we had some good times way back in the 1990s when we were both working for PBS's nightly and morning business report, and that's where our lovely Melissa Conti came from. That's where we met Melissa. She was the anchor for morning business report in the United States, and I was the anchor for the same program in London. And so we were able to chat each day, and we stayed friends, and we're friends to this day. I had a chat with her last night, but also the fact is that she is a stalwart for our program, our television channel, MiradorTelevision.com, which you can find on Roku. You can find it on Roku. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, yes, indeed. Well, here it is, Friday the 31st, the last day of July. Tomorrow we get into August. Where did the year go? We say that every year, but where did it go? It just flew by this year. And despite the fact that much of it we were locked down, locked in. Oh my goodness me, locked in, locked down. It's 27 minutes we've been into this program, and it's now 6:57. I just hate it the way that the time rockets by. You probably can't wait to see the end of this damn program. But still, here we are. We've been in 27 minutes, which means that we do have to say goodbye. And I would like to say that this morning that there are all sorts of things in the papers about us being fat. That's obese, in polite terms. But let's face it, if you really want to be ugly, fat. That's what we are. We're a fat race. And it's about time we did something about it. And it looks as if perhaps a lot of people now are not offering meat and 3 vegetables and all the rest of it. You won't get me to go that route. Rocket salad is the most... God, it's an awful taste. And as for water... Oh, it's 28:30, Keith. 28:32. So, this is Keith Hayes. And I'm glad that we've had a little natter about Lewis in Delaware. I will get there one day. I might even sort of... next year's mayor, I know very well because he works with us, Stephen Catlin. I might say to Stephen, look in the coffers of Lewis, East Sussex, and see whether we could do a little visit for a PR stunt to Lewis, Delaware. Okay, that's it for this morning. Terribly sorry if I rambled, but that's what this program is all about. It's a good old ramble. I got a little bit of hiccup there. Out we go with Ben Sound Buddy, Keith Hayes in Lewis. 30 plus degrees today. Get your Panama hat on. Toodles.